Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raygo Reactions. Now, I am sure you've heard of Rush, I'm sure you've heard of Blue Rodeo, and I'm sure you've heard of Gordon Lightfoot. And on today's episode, we've got all of those boys incorporated. Now, maybe not Gordon Lightfoot himself, but we've got the Lightfoot Band. Today we're going to be checking out a concert that was hosted by Blue Rodeo in tribute to Gordon Lightfoot. And Alex and Geddy from Rush come on stage and play with Blue Rodeo, and also the Gordon Lightfoot Band are also incorporated in it. This should be very cool. If you don't know, which I'm sure you do, these are just Canadian legends basically. Seriously, great music has come out of Canada. Since doing these reactions, I can't believe how much good music's come out of Canada, to be honest. And a recent one I did, I forget how you pronounce it, Tom Cochran. Amazing. If you guys haven't heard of Tom Cochran, go and check him out. He's one of my personal favourites up to now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to check this out. We're going to react to it, sit back and relax, and most likely pause it and try and replicate what either Geddy or Alex is doing, because I'm sure they'll be doing something cool. And I'll try and play it myself, but either way, let's just have fun and enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Gord came down with his daughter Meredith to one of our shows at the amphitheater, and that was the first time we'd met him. And I gotta say, I was so nervous and excited about meeting him because he was so iconic. He was really the first Canadian artist to have that kind of success on such a large scale.
Please welcome Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson from Rush.
Man, let's go. This is cool.
I think any Canadian that ever looked at music as something serious to enlighten, enlarge their lives, admired Gordon because he was an incredible songwriter, a great Canadian, one of those songwriters that was internationally respected and known but stayed in his home and native land. So that was another reason to admire him. And he was a very sweet man, so that made it easy. He wanted to talk to you. He had no airs about him. And he, one of the first things he would say to me is, "How many gigs did you do this year?" And I would tell him, and he'd go, "I did more." He had this little competitive thing. He wanted to be known as that guy who was on the road. He loved being on the road, and he prided himself doing the most gigs.
When you're as good as him, it's all about it. Doing what you love. This is cool.
The way I feel is like a robin whose babes I've flown to come no more. Like a tall oak tree, alone and crying yet, when the birds have flown and the nest is bare. Now a world below is like a young bird, and the tall oak tree is a young man's heart. Among his boughs you will find a nesting.
Nice harmonies.
When the nights are cool, she is warm and dry. Your coat of green, it will protect her. Her love, your love will too. But all too soon, your mighty branches.
You know what's crazy? I can hear Gordon Lightfoot singing this, and I have never heard this song before, but he's got a particular way of playing. And I mentioned it on one of my, I don't know if it's out yet, but I've done a recent reaction to Gordon Lightfoot, two of his songs, and he has this way of, and like, not personal personally speaking, objectively speaking, like in the music realm, he chooses chords that go very unique and like haunting, and then he always enters this very pleasant side. It's like haunting, pleasant, haunting, pleasant. It's very peculiar how he plays his songs, but it's in a good way. He's got his own style, and you can hear it now. Like listen to the music. It's haunting almost.
Cease to hold love. She'll fly from you.
That's a nice bass Geddy's got. Geddy, you dog. Geddy's playing a bleeding solo on that thing. It's hilarious because I reckon Blue Rodeo are probably thinking, what is going on here? How is Geddy? What? You know, it's meant to be a guitar solo from that guy, but Geddy's just throwing licks in there, which is the thing. Instead of playing the root notes, he's just noodling around the root notes because he's so good. He's like the equivalent. You could play bass. I never thought of this, but you could play guitar in two ways: rhythm or lead. You could play bass the same way: rhythm bass or lead bass. He's playing lead bass right here. And it was funny because I bet subconsciously inside the Blue Rodeo player's heads they're going, man, like, we're not used to this. Because in Blue Rodeo, it's quite a rooted band, root notes. Geddy's so good on that bass.
Now the way I feel is like a robin whose babes have flown to come no more. Like a tall oak tree, alone and crying, and the birds have flown. The nest is bare when the birds have flown, and the nest is bare when the birds have flown, and the nest is bare.
Look at him. Oh man, you can't even hear Alex's guitar. They need to turn that right up. That guitar needs to. He's playing an acoustic solo, and I can't even hear it.
Lifeson and Geddy Lee from Rush.
Sometimes I have to just listen to the band and let them play. That was one of them circumstances. That was too cool. Blue Rodeo are a great band. Not to mention Rush. If you didn't know, I am on a serious Rush rabbit hole at the moment, listening to all their stuff. And also, one thing that Todd said, he said I believe this was last year. This was over a year before they would announce their intention to reunite for the 50-something tour, which obviously they're on at the moment. But anyway, I'm happy Rush are back. This song, E minor, and he was playing it along here. It seemed like that's what he was doing just then. Oh. Either way, song's in E minor. Very, very, very cool performance. The song itself, I thought, was an okay song. It didn't really have a moment of a peak for me, but that's okay because I do like songs that are quite monotonous the whole way through. I'm a big fan of them in general, actually, but maybe it just wasn't. I don't know. It didn't stand out to me in a great manner. Like, I reacted to a song. What was it now? Let's have a look. I reacted to Gordon Lightfoot, If You Could Read My Mind, and that was seriously good. Had more melodies and it had more of a build-up. That, for me, was a bit melody lacking. But that's just my own personal opinion. Hopefully you guys can appreciate that. Let me know what you want me to react to next, whether it's Rush, Blue Rodeo, or the man himself, Gordon. And I will get right on it. If you want to request a song of your choice, you know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, thank you very much for tuning in, and peace!
Blue, Raygo blue, Raygo blue, yeah, Raygo blue.
Welcome to my Patreon. I thought today we'd react to, let's do some exclusive stuff, you know what I mean, for you little legends only. I want you guys to tell me if this song sucks. If it does, it's gone forever.
Joe's seen something he likes. Call it
Me
the old
like it.
squatting up bosh.